Hey guys, this is Allie with TipB. I've been doing comparison between Android and iOS, specifically iOS 4 and Android 2.1. This is the first video in this series, and I'm just going to look at hardware right now. On the left here, I've got Samsung Galaxy S Captivate on AT&T, and in the middle, I've got an iPhone 4. And on the right hand side, just for comparison's sake, I've got an iPhone 3GS that is still running 3.1.3. I just haven't gotten around to updating it. I guess the first thing I noticed about the hardware, I was really surprised when I pulled this phone out of the box because it is very, very light. Even after you put the battery in it, I expected it to be a lot heavier for as big as it is. If you set this and set the iPhone 4 on top of it, it's quite a bit bigger. I mean, not all around, but I mean, you can see the edges. It's bigger, and I mean, especially when you have them side by side. I apologize for that glare. I can't really get in a room where it doesn't do that. It's quite a bit bigger. As far as how it feels really good in the hand. It's easy to hold on to. Sometimes the back can be a little bit slippery. This looks like it's matted, and it kind of is, but it's more of like a slick material. One thing I did really like about this, and something Apple still has yet to do with removable batteries, is the battery is really easy to get to. You just pop your finger like this on the bottom. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. See that it slides off. This bottom part, let's take the back off. It's a hinge, and this bottom piece slides in and out. So when you want to close it, you just snap it closed again. So that was I thought that was kind of cool. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. And then you just pop it back on. Hardware-wise, I found myself being a little bit more at ease setting this phone down on a table than I do my iPhone 4, and one of my biggest peeves with Apple is, as pretty as their devices are, they typically scratch very easily. I haven't scratched this one yet. It reminds me, when you think of Apple products that scratch easily, like the backs of the iPod Touches and the back of like the old Nanos. I mean, you couldn't go a day without having the backs of those scratched unless you put a case on it immediately. The iPhone 3GS, I always got the white one in the 3G and the 3GS, and that seemed to hold up pretty well. I mean, just like the MacBooks, if you look at them, they do get hairline scratches, but it doesn't seem to be nearly as bad as maybe the black ones. I had some friends that had black ones, and you could always see blemishes on theirs a lot more, and that's part of the reason I stuck with the white. I decided with the 4 to go with the black either way. Even if they would have released the white, I just thought the black looked better. The front, I don't know, the white front looked funky to me, so I didn't want to go with that. But the Galaxy in general, hang on, let me get this back on. See if I can do this one-handed. There we go. In general, you've got your speaker port back here. I don't really know if I like that, because when I've been on speakerphone, I have a tendency, you know, if I have to make a phone call in the car, I hold the phone like this, and, you know, I'm used to my iPhone where I can just hold it up like this and the speaker's right there so I can hear it and see the front of the phone. This one, it's almost like, even if I had the speakerphone all the way up, I kind of had to hold it reversed to be able to hear who I was talking to if I had the window cracked or if I was going fast. There is no flash on the Galaxy S. There is a flash on this. I don't ever use it because I think the flash kind of sucks. It makes pictures look washed out. Other than that, I would say the hardware is pretty solid. The only thing that really bothered me with the hardware on this phone is, and I think it's more of a software issue actually, so maybe I'll save it for later, but the timer for the screen and the timer for these buttons down here are different. And until you learn these buttons, see how the screen's still on but the buttons went off? If you're in like a dark room, until you learn those, it's kind of annoying, but I guess that's more of a software thing. But hardware-wise, I'd say it's a pretty decent piece of hardware. Battery's easy to remove, SIM's easy to get in and out. You've got see if I can get this off again. See if I can do it to where you guys can actually see it, how it slides. Just like that. And you've got, and this actually, I think it's metal. At first I thought it was plastic, but I'm pretty sure it's metal. Sorry. You've got your micro SIM slot right there. So, or not micro SIM, micro SD slot right there for your memory card. So that's easy to get at. I know older phones used to have them behind the battery, and that was a pain because then you'd have to turn the phone off. Not the case with this one, so that's pretty convenient. It does take a standard SIM, that's why I have a SIM adapter in there. But other than that, I'd say it's a pretty solid piece of hardware. It doesn't feel as good in my hand as that phone does, and I think it's mostly because the iPhone 4 is more chrome and more metal, where this seems to be a little bit more plasticky, especially the edges. But overall, I would give the hardware, maybe if I were to judge, a B. I don't even know if I'd give the iPhone 4 an A, just because of the fact that I'm always so worried about scratching it. But that would be my take on the hardware, and make sure to watch the rest of the videos that cover software and anything else that we had up. Thanks, guys.